Good day, my beautiful friends. I am so grateful that you are here today and that your intuition guided you to connect with me and receive this divine download for the collective. It's quite natural to feel a little confused, a little chaotic, or even a little overwhelmed on your healing journey at times because there are so many conflicting energies swirling around in our collective field right now. And that's why I'm here today with this message. My intention is to bring clarity to what so many of us are going through right now and to help you understand what you're feeling. So this message is for the conscious beings who are sensitive enough to feel these subtle shifts in energy, who are aware enough to know that something greater is happening. So if you are feeling it, then this message is for you. That's why I love co-collaborating with all of you. So I left today's message completely open. I didn't set a specific intention before meditating because I just wanted to see what came through for the collective. And while I was focused, I saw a vision of a person creating a height chart on their wall. So they divided it out 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. And they did this so that they could track their growth over a period of time. And they took out this black permanent marker and they marked a goal of where they wanted their height to be in a year. And, time passes and they realize the year has passed, and so they very excitedly stood up next to the height chart. They just knew they had grown, they had done all of the work, and they couldn't wait to see how much they had grown. So they grabbed their pencil and very carefully marked a line at the top of their head. And they stepped away from the height chart for the big reveal of how much they had grown in the year. So imagine this person's shock when they stepped back and realized that they were shorter than they had anticipated. And they couldn't really understand how this happened. They started to beat themselves up because they felt like they had wasted a whole entire year and did not accomplish anything. And now they felt behind because they weren't where they wanted to be. So they asked themselves, why didn't I reach my height? What did I do wrong? How did I mess this up? How can I fix this? Now I want to take a moment and pause on this vision, because for the collective that I am channeling for, I don't believe this vision is representing your physical height. To me, it seems like the permanent marker line represents your expectations, what height you wanted to be at. And the pencil line represents where you are right now. And where you are right now is not where you expected yourself to be. And your guides are noticing that there are a lot of feelings that are coming up with this gap. There is a feeling of lack because you feel like you came up short. There is this feeling of inadequacy, like you could have tried harder, you could have done more, you could have put more effort towards this goal if you really wanted to. There's even some guilt for some people, as in you could have been more focused and less distracted. And because you did not meet those expectations you set on yourself, you are now reflecting on all of these moments in life where you could have applied more effort and taking it more seriously so that you could have lived up to what your expectations were. It's almost as if the person that I am channeling is blaming their self. And while blaming yourself is good at times, because if you do blame yourself, you take responsibility. And with that responsibility, you can change things. You know, if you deflect it, you actually take no responsibility. So it's good in this instance that you're blaming yourself, but your guides don't want you to stay in that blaming loop for very long, okay? Don't think negatively of yourself for not getting to a place that you wanted to be at. Don't feel behind because you're not there. Your guides are wanting to tell you that you are at the exact spot you are meant to be at the exact right time. You cannot force divine timing. So nothing you could have done would have changed the outcome. They want you to know you are rising. And I just saw a loaf of bread rising in the oven, so that might be significant for someone. But your guides want you to know you are rising and you will reach your greatest height. And I just saw the Scorpio sign. So of course, when I think of Scorpio, I think of the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So you may be a Scorpio or have a Scorpio Mars, or your situation may involve a Scorpio. I see a strong 8th house in someone's chart, and then I see a strong Pluto. Which, hey, I love Pluto. Okay, wow. One moment. Okay, I have a lot of guides talking, so okay. So it seems like this could actually be different areas in your life for different people. Okay, I heard that you thought you would be better off in your career at this time. I heard in your money situation, in your health, in your love life, in handling your boundaries, and handling your emotions. And I even heard one guide say in believing in yourself. So what does that black permanent mark mean to you? And this is going to be different from each person. The overall message is that you somehow didn't make it to the mark that you expected you would be at. Now your guides want you to know not to use your energy staying stuck on the fact that you didn't reach this goal. Instead, use this energy in a constructive way. How can you be responsible and fill the gap? So, for example, let's just say you're not financially where you want to be. Have you declared that bankruptcy that you've been meaning to do? Have you been paying off that debt instead of using your car or using your money or credit cards for instant gratifications? Have you made that resume you've been telling yourself you're going to make forever now? Have you applied to that job you know that is meant for you? Have you even started that YouTube channel you said you were going to create? It's a time to get serious and mature about what you want to do to overcome the deficiencies in your life. And this is not going to be something that someone else can do for you, unfortunately. So, for a moment, I want you to think of a part of your life that would greatly improve if you showed up as a dependable, reliable, committed servant to it. This may be the relationship with yourself. How can you be dependable towards yourself? It may be a relationship with others. Let's say your kids. How can you become more reliable to your kids? If this is your health, how can you become more responsible in creating good health for yourself? It's a time to quit being silly and to get serious about the things that you want to change in your life. Because the person that I'm channeling is seriously going to some great heights, okay? But it's going to take some work to get there. Anytime a human wants to reach a different level on Earth's atmosphere, there has to be some type of energy to push through the resistance. So just think for a moment about taking off in an airplane and all of the jet fuel it takes to propel the airplane up off of the ground and then up to a higher elevation. There is so much resistance wanting that plane to stay on the ground and not to defy gravity. Think about a rocket ship and all of the fuel and energy it takes to blast off. It's the same with your life. When you want to reach a new level, you have to push through the resistance. And while sometimes the resistance comes through other people, the vision that I saw did not show that. The vision that I saw showed you versus you. You have to fight through your own resistance for the job that you want, the money that you want, the love that you want, the relationships that you want, the health that you want. But your guides are here to remind you that the payoff will be worth it in the end. Few people ever get the reward of going up to space and seeing all of the planets. And few people will ever get to travel to the level that you are destined to go to. That's why you'll enjoy the beauty of this reward. And I want to remind you that you are a very unique person during this particular time period on Earth. That came through so strongly in the meditation today. You are here for a reason, not by chance, not by accident. You are here to make a change, to make the collective better. And I do want to thank you for putting in all of the hard work and listening to your intuition and trusting it. The fact that you even clicked on this video, that you're listening to my voice right now in this exact moment, shows that your intuition is at work and it is powerful. It's so powerful, it knew what you needed to hear, and that's something deeper than any coincidence could guide you with. So thank you so much for co-collaborating with me on another beautiful message for the collective. Mwah!